It's done. Breaking Bad is over. After 6 long years of watching Bryan Cranston play Mr. White, a chemistry teacher turned drug kingpin, watching him, after 6 years, it's over. Yesterday, Breaking Bad ended with its series finale, and now I'll admit to you people, I know a lot of people watched this series since it first aired in 2008, early 2008, and have been watching it ever since. Me, I only actually started watching this series about 2 months ago. I watched the entire first 4 seasons, the first half of season 5, and then I started watching season 5B, I guess is what it's called, when it aired. So I watched the entire series in the last couple of months, pretty much. And I gotta tell you, even though I didn't watch it since 2008, you know, when it first aired, I have such an emotional connection to the show and all the characters. Even if some of them are douchebags, you know, do wrong things, I have an emotional connection because it is amazing storytelling, just absolutely astonishing acting from everybody. No one does a bad job here. Even the smaller characters, hell, even the kid actors do a good-ass job in this. Hell, even the baby character does a good job in this. You can get a good baby actor. How can you even do that? They did it, and oh boy, I'm already crying. No, I actually have something in my eye. I seriously do. I had an emotional connection to the show, and I just couldn't wait to see how it ended. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm going to be spoiling a lot in this. If you really want to know what I think of this, I'll tell you right now. It is an amazing way to end this series. It tied everything up that needed to be tied up. They left some unresolved answers, which is fine, and some characters too, some unresolved characters, which is fine. All those characters were small characters or ones that we got enough resolution for, so it's fine. And the plot lines, the same thing goes for those. So those were fine. But the last episode, the last couple of episodes, tied everything up in a nice little bow and sent it on its way and made people cry like little women. Oh boy, everybody on Twitter and freaking Facebook, everybody I've talked to, like, man, it's over. It's done. I don't know what to, I might kill myself. There's nothing else to do now. Unless they make another Breaking Bad 2, Breaking Good. Maybe that'll be like the kid-friendly version, Breaking Good. Like criminals turning good guys. There you go. That'd be cool. But no. People were really upset. So the series has finally ended, and like I said, it was an amazing way to end it. It truly was. So with that being said, if you don't want me to spoil it, go away. Because I will be spoiling some stuff here. I might not talk about every single detail in the last episode, but oh boy, I'm going to be talking about it. Okay, so go away now. I loved it. I truly did. Perfect score if I had to score it. So there you go. Now, the last episode, which I don't know how to pronounce it, it's felony, whatever, words. Well, actually one word, but I don't know how to say it. But the last episode was truly spectacular. It opened up with a great, I guess what they call it a cold opening, where it's the opening before the credits. And then, of course, you get commercials, then it gets back into the show, and then you see the credits. The actual credits where it says, oh, made by this, starring this, and stuff. Just like every TV show. And then that opening was great. It was just him in a car, and a police passed by, and you just see him. He's serious. He's pissed. He's like, he's going to go after the people that killed Hank, of course, from a couple episodes ago. You can tell that's exactly the look he's giving. Like, people thought he was actually going to go kill Gretchen and, I forgot the other guy's name, but I knew he was going to go kill the neo-Nazis. Like, Gretchen and the other dude, I mean, they might deserve to die in his eyes, but he still might need them, or they might not need to die as much as the neo-Nazis. But the neo-Nazis definitely need to die. So he's going to go after the neo-Nazis. He has a big, like, freaking turret pretty much in his trunk. He's going to go kill them all. And before he does that, he has to stop by Gretchen, and I can't remember the other dude. I'm just going to say Gretchen's house. Gretchen's house to tell them that, hey, I need you to give the rest of this money to my kid. Don't say it's from me, of course. He won't take it. But, like, make a $10 million, it's about $10 million. Make a $10 million bond or something like that to my kid when he's 18 so he can go to college and, you know, live the rest of his life normally. That I have to at least give him that. And of course, he's like, hey, I got hitmen out there, so if you don't do it, I'm gonna make sure these hitmen kill you, so you better watch out. Of course, the hitmen were only Badger and Skinny Pete, which I love those two characters. I love that they actually got one last scene before the series ended. But that was a great scene. It really was. That was actually very tense too, especially when Walt was just walking in the house and they didn't even know he was there. And the camera work is so good. You can see Walt here looking at pictures and the other two just talking about stupid shit no one cares about. And it was really good, kind of creepy. I mean, actually very creepy. And you didn't know what he was going to do until he, of course, said what he wanted to do. And I loved that. I really did. I thought he was just going to slip both their necks. It's just like, done. Now I'm going to go kill some neo-Nazis. But no, he didn't do that, which was, I guess, cool. I didn't really like them. I really didn't. They didn't do anything wrong, but they did say Walt just didn't do anything in the company. And come on, you don't screw with Walt, okay? I like Walt, all right? So after that, of course, Walt goes and visits his family, which was an extremely sad scene, especially between Skyler and Walt. I mean, that was very powerful, especially the part where Walt says, hey, man, I always said I did this for the family. To be honest, it was the beginning, it was for the family. Even the first probably couple seasons, it was for the family. He didn't say that, but first a little while, it was for family. But then I started to really enjoy it, and it was just for me after that point. I mean, I made money for you guys, but it was straight up for me. So he just admits it right there. And he pretty much tells Skyler he loves her. And he goes on his merry way to go kill some neo-Nazis. He's like, alright, bye Skyler. Gonna go kill some neo-Nazis. So that was a really powerful scene. Especially the part where he's just watching Walt Jr. or Flynn just walk into the house, and that's the last time you see Walt Jr. And he's just like, I didn't even get to confront him. Like, I got to see Holly one last time, his baby, but he didn't get to see Walt Jr., his own son, who's like 17, I guess. So that was kind of sad. So he goes out and he's like, all right, gotta go and kill these neo-Nazis. He goes there. At first, it looks like the neo-Nazis are gonna take him out, but of course, he has his freaking MacGyver trunk car weapon in there. He clicks on that freaking alarm, and then sorry for the jump cut, but people started yelling in the background, and I had to end the video. All right, so what was I talking about? Neo-Nazis. The neo-Nazis get killed. Uncle Jack gets shot, but he's the only one that actually lives from the neo-Nazis. I guess, is Todd even considered a neo-Nazi? He doesn't have the tattoos or anything. I'm not sure, but Todd doesn't get shot at all. He's already on the ground, so he's okay. Walt is actually protecting Jesse, which I thought was an extremely cool thing. Like, Walt sees that Jesse was getting tortured by these guys. He was a slave, and he had like cuts and stuff. I think he even has like facial scarring. Like, he looked like a wreck. So he just felt bad. So he protects Jesse while everybody's getting shot, and Walt ends up getting shot, which you don't really get to see at first, but it's confirmed after the shootout. Everybody gets killed besides Uncle Jack and Todd, and of course Todd gets choked out by Jesse because of course Todd killed Andrea, and of course just, Jesse never liked Todd, especially since he killed that kid. He never liked him, so he got his freaking revenge. I was like, yeah, even though I liked Todd, I was like, yeah, yeah. I was like that. But, oh, and by the way, that neck crunch at the end, ooh. And also his face, I kind of felt bad for Todd. I did. I mean, he was like what? He was still not a teenager, but he was still a young dude. He was stupid. He had no emotions at all. Like, he would just kill people and not show any remorse whatsoever. But I kind of felt bad for Todd. But I was still like, yeah, Jesse. I like Jesse more, so whatever. And of course, Uncle Jack's like, hey man, I have your money that I stole from, when you killed Hank. When we killed Hank. You can have it back, but you can't kill me because I need to tell you where it is. And Walt's like, fuck that, and shoots him right in the head. He's like, whatever. And I thought that was a really cool callback to how Hank died, where Walt was like begging. He's like, I'll give you the money. I'll show you where it is. Just don't kill Hank. And he kills him anyway. It was kind of cool callback there, because now Uncle Jack's like, I'll give you the money, man. You just can't kill me. And he's like, yeah, nope. Karma, bitch. Bang, bang. Uncle Jack, fucking dead. So he kills Uncle Jack. And after that, Walt's like, hey man, Jesse, if you want to kill me, I'm not going to hate you for it. I know you would really like to blow my brains out now because of all the stuff I've done. But remember, I still care. He doesn't say this, but he says it with his eyes. I still care about you, Jesse. And I've done a lot for you. He did. He did a lot for him, even if some of it was kind of shitty. So Jesse's like, oh, fine. And then he walks out, and Walt walks out too, has a bullet hole in his freaking stomach from where the turret shot him, and they both have one last look at each other, nod at each other, kind of like a little sign of respect, like, hey, I don't really like you anymore, but I do respect you. Thank you. And Jesse rides off to go and join the Need for Speed movie. I'm only saying that joke because everybody else is making it. I'm not clever. Everybody's saying it. It's not fucking funny anymore. And well, when someone says it, and just, you know, a joke like that, and someone says it and says it once or twice, you know, I hear it once or twice from a couple of people, then it's fine. But if everybody's saying it, everybody thinks they're fucking clever when they say it, it just starts becoming really annoying. But anyway, mini rant over. Anyway, Jesse drives out, and he's like, yeah, I made it out. Fuck yeah. And that's the last time we get to see Jesse. And of course, Walt's like, I'm gonna die, man. Cops are coming. I'm either gonna get arrested or I'm gonna die. So you know what? If I'm gonna die with what I love. Not my family, my chemistry. And he goes to the chemistry lab that the neo-Nazis made for Jesse, and he's just like, man, good times. And he sees his own reflection in one of the pieces of equipment, and he dies. And then the same shot of when he was under the house, when he was, I forgot when it was. I think I can't remember when it was, but when he was under the house and you saw him laughing and the camera was like moving upward into the house. It's hard to explain. It's pretty much the same camera shot, if you do remember that shot. And I also thought that was a really cool callback. A lot of callbacks in this show, so you know what? Having another one to be the final scene is cool. So that's it. That's my whole retelling of it. It's a fantastic last episode. Just so many great emotional scenes. Like I said, it was an extremely emotional scene with the Skyler and Walt confrontation. It was a great shootout too. Like, I thought that was badass. Especially, there's two really badass moments when Walt was like, boom, he pointed at the window, and those two hitmen were just like pointing lasers at freaking Gretchen and Guy, dude. I thought that was really badass, especially Walt's like, boom, light it up, and I thought that was really cool. And of course, when Walt's like, fuck all you neo-Nazis, is like, boom, and then boom, 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 kills all of them, freaking blood everywhere. Best way to end this show. Just a big gunfight. But it's not Walt just going in with a shotgun and, you know, killing everybody. Because Walt wouldn't do that. I mean, sure, he shot a couple people here and there, but he wouldn't go in guns a-blazing. Here, it made sense. He thought about it, he used his freaking brain, and Jesse made it out alive, and he died somewhat peacefully. I mean, his family's going to be provided for. He killed the people that killed Hank. He's good. He kind of redeemed himself at the end, and that's what I love. The characters are so fantastic in this show, and even if they're bad dudes or bad women, whatever, it's an amazing show. So good that even if they're bad people, you really want to see what happens next. You really want to see if they're going to live, if they're going to die. If they make dumb mistakes, you still just feel for them and stuff. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But really, it's a truly spectacular show and a great way to end it. I have no complaints with the final episode. The only complaint I have is that I really wanted to see what happened with Huel. Not because I'm going to make the joke where, oh, he's still sitting there just freaking waiting to see what happens. No, that's not it. Even though that's actually still a funny joke. The Need for Speed one's not funny, but that one's still funny. Because I can picture it in my head. Huel's just like, man, why can't I leave? But no, I wanted to see what happened with Huel and the other bodyguard of Saul's. I don't know. I just like those characters. I would have liked to see them. Like, just like how we saw Badger and Skinny Pete. I would have liked to see those two characters again. But we didn't. So, with that being said, it was truly a spectacular series with an amazing ending. I loved it. I truly did. Just so good. The writing, camera work, cinematography, just everything. Like, I don't even know anything that would either be mediocre or good or even great. Everything's just spectacular in the show. Oh boy. Well paced, well done, Breaking Bad, and it's over. So there you go, there's my review. I guess I'd just give it a 40 out of 40 if I had to score it. But to be honest, there's no reason to score it. There's no reason. It's a perfect show. There you go. So there's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.